So today we will be learning a very important concept of economics, which we call it as a law of demand. But before we proceed and understand what is law of demand with practical examples, first we should know and we should try to learn what exactly we mean by demand in economics. So here you can see in economics, demand means desire to have a commodity, and this desire should be backed by enough money. It should be backed by enough money to pay for the goods demanded. Only having a desire to buy a commodity is not a demand in economics. I'll give you a very simple example. If I tell you that if I want to buy iPhone, if I want to buy iPhone 17, so I have a desire to buy iPhone 17. The price of iPhone 17 is 500. Okay, but I have how much money I have only 100. So I am having only 100, but the price of iPhone 17 is 500. So I am having a desire to buy iPhone 17, but it is not backed by enough money to buy that particular commodity or a product. So I have a desire to buy iPhone 17, but I am having only 100. Is 100, but the price of iPhone 17 is 500. So this will not be a demand. If I have a desire, I want to buy iPhone 17, the price is 500 and I have with me the money available with me is 2000. So now this will become a demand because I'm having a desire to have iPhone 17 and it is also backed by enough money to pay because I have enough money to pay. The money to pay for buying iPhone 17 is 500 and I'm having 2000. So I can easily buy. So these are the two conditions which is fulfilled. Desire and enough money to pay for the goods, that is iPhone 17. So now this becomes a demand in economics. So in economics we are concerned only with demand, not desire. Okay. Now in economics demand is effectively backed up by an adequate supply of purchasing power. Now, when we say purchasing power, what is the power to purchase any product? The power to purchase any product is nothing but money. So, when can we say that there is a demand for a product or a commodity? When a person have a desire, he or she wants to buy anything, and he or she also have enough money, the purchasing power to buy that product. I gave you one example of iPhone 17. Okay, so if a person desires to buy a car, so if a person wants to buy a car, he should have enough money to buy that. Then only it will become effective demand. Okay, if a person wants to buy a car, he should have enough money to buy, then only it will become an effective demand. I just gave you example of iPhone 17 similarly. So a person wants to buy a car, say he wants to buy a car Lexus. So the price of Lexus is 25,000 and he is having 40,000. That means he wants to buy a car and he is having enough money to buy that particular car. Then it becomes an effective demand. Going further with the definition, the demand in economics means a person has a desire, first important thing, and he should also have enough money. Two things we just discussed. Now I am explaining you the third important thing. All these three things, when it comes together, it becomes an effective demand in economics. So first one is desire, second one is enough money or purchasing power, but at a particular point of time he may not have willingness to buy the goods due to sudden change in his taste or preferences. Say for example, I want to buy iPhone 17, which is for 500 and I'm having 2000. So I have a desire, I want to buy, I have a desire that I want to buy iPhone 17. I have enough money also, but I am not willing to buy now because I have one mobile which is working properly. So I have a desire, I have enough money to buy the mobile, but at present I am not interested in buying the mobile because I don't need it now. My taste, I want something different. I don't like the color. I don't like the color of the mobile. I want different color. That color is not available. So I am not willing to buy now. So in economics, there are three conditions which should be fulfilled. The first thing is that a desire to have a product, enough money to buy, purchasing power, and the third one, willingness to buy. When all these three things come together, we can say it is an effective demand. Is that clear? Now let's move ahead. Now we will see what exactly we mean by law of demand. So law of demand means it expresses the functional relationship between price and quantity demanded. So what we will see, what we should keep it in mind when we study the law of demand, we have to keep it in mind the two important factors. The first one is price and the second one is quantity demanded of a good. So there is a relationship between price and quantity demanded of a goods. By keeping these two things in mind, we will understand what is law of demand. So according to this law, according to the law of demand, other things remaining constant, that is ceteris paribus. I will explain you what is this other things. So according to this law, the law of demand, other things remaining constant, if the price of a commodity falls, what does law of demand says? If the price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded of it will rise. Okay, I will explain, don't worry. So other things remaining constant, if the price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded of it will rise. And if the price of the commodity rises, if the price rises, if the price of a commodity rises, the quantity demanded will fall. So this shows that there is opposite. What does this shows? That there is an inverse relationship between what? Two factors. There is inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. You can see here on the top. Here I have mentioned law of demand. Law of demand what? Means what? If the price falls, if the price falls, if the price of a product goes down, the demand for the product will rise or go up. Similarly, if the price rises or the price of a product goes up, the demand for the product will go down. So there is opposite relationship. See, if when price is going rising, the demand is falling. When price increase, demand decrease. So there is opposite relationship. Inverse relationship is also known as what you can understand. You can write inverse relationship means there is an opposite relationship between what? Between two factors, that is price and quantity demanded. So we buy more units of apple when its price come down from OMR 4 per units to OMR 2. So when the price is more, what we will do? We will buy less product. And when the price falls, when the price goes down, customers will buy more products. Okay, I'll just give you example, very simple example. Don't worry. I'll give you example. If I take the example of any product, say for example, if the price here, if I give, if the price, the product is pizza. So the product is pizza, and then we have the quantity demanded. So if the price of the pizza is 1 real, what will happen? The person is buying one pizza. If the price falls from 1 real to 500 paisa, the price goes down. So how much pizza you can get in 1 real? I will be buying 2 pizza. If the price again falls to 250 paisa. So one pizza is for 250 paisa. So what I will do? I will buy 4 pizzas. So you can see when the price is coming down, when the price falls, the price of the pizza goes down, the demand for the pizza goes up. This is what we call law of demand. If the price change, the demand will change. If the price increase, the demand decrease. If the price decrease, the demand increase. There is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded in the law of demand. Is that clear? Now I just told you other things remaining constant. What are those other things? These are the 3 other things. These 3 other things should not change. Only the price of the commodity should change. And these other things are known as assumptions of law of demand. Law of demand is based on some assumptions. So the law of demand assumes that the following, these 3 things: income of the consumer do not change. Do not change. Income of the consumers should not change. Because if the consumer income increases or decreases, the law will not hold good. I'll give you example. If a person income increases, means I have more money. So what I will do? I will buy more. So what does it says? Even if the price is going up, as per law of demand, the demand should go down. As per law of demand, if the price is going up, the demand should go down. But I am giving you example of an income. If the person's income increases, now he or she is having more money, so what will happen? Even if the price is going up, the person will buy more product because he or she is having more income. So the law of demand will not work. That is why law of demand says that there should be change in price only. Other things should not change. In other things, the first assumption is the income of the consumers do not change. Second thing is that the people's taste and preferences remain unchanged. The taste and preferences of the person should also remain unchanged. It should not change. And the third assumptions of law of demand is the prices of substitute and complements goods do not change. I'm going to explain you in the next slide the different determinants of demand, and when I explain you the determinants of demand, we will refer to these assumptions again. Okay, so just keep it in mind. There are 3 assumptions as per the law of demand. Income of the consumers should not change, people's taste and preferences should not change, and prices of substitute and complement goods do not change, which is also known as related goods. I am going to explain you in the next slide with an example in short. So let's move on. Now here we will see demand schedule. Someone call it schedule or schedule. Now what exactly is a demand schedule? So demand schedule is a tabular statement. Tabular means when you see the word schedule, schedule is nothing but what you should remember, it is a table. So here you can see this is a table. This is a table which we are going to study. So a demand schedule is a tabular statement that shows different quantities of a commodity that would be demanded at different prices. So different quantity, different prices. Just pay attention. In 5 minutes, all your doubts will be clear. So demand schedule is a tabular statement that shows different quantity of a commodity that would be demanded at different prices. So it expresses what quantities of good will be purchased at different possible prices. So a demand schedule is shown as below. Here you can see this is a demand schedule. Here it is mentioned prices of apple in units, OMR. This is the price. And the second column shows the quantity demanded in units, number of apples. So here you can see in the first, when the price of the apple is 8 real, the quantity demanded, the demand for the apple is 5 apples. And when the price falls from 8 real to 6 real, price goes down, price falls. So as per law of demand, what will happen? The demand will rise, increase. So price falls from 8 riyals to 6 riyal. The demand increases from 5 to 7. Customers will buy more. They will demand more because the price is less. Similarly, when the price falls from 6 riyal to 4 riyals, the demand increases from 7 to 8. And then you can see when the price falls to 2 riyals per apple, the demand for the apple is 10 apples. So it is clear from the table, you can see in this box, that when the price of apple is 8 OMR, 8 riyal, the consumer demands 5 apples. And when the price falls to 2 riyals each, the demand of apple goes up to 10 units. So what happens? When the price, here you can see, when the price is 8 riyal, the demand is 5 apples. And when price falls down to 2 riyals, the demand increases and rises to 10 riyals. So price goes down, demand goes up. This is what we call law of demand. So what type of relationship? One is going down, the other is going up. So thus we can say the price and quantity demanded shows inverse relationship. Inverse, I told you, means opposite relationship. One will rise, the other will fall. One will increase, the other will decrease. So this is a table which shows different quantity. You can see the quantities are different. 5, 7, 8, 10. At different prices, the prices are different. 8, 6, 4, 2. Yes, so with this table, when we plot this table on a graph, we get a curve which is called as a demand curve, which we will see in the next slide. So here you can see we are having a demand curve or individual demand curve. Now what is demand curve? Always remember, a curve means, when you see this word curve, means it is nothing but it's a graph. So a demand curve is a graphical representation of a demand schedule. Demand schedule means, we have seen in the previous slide, we have a table. So with the help of this table, from this table, whatever price and quantity is mentioned, in different combination, we will plot this on the graph, we will get a demand curve. After this next slide, I will explain you how to draw the demand curve. Don't worry. So from the previous slide, you can see as the price of apples are measured along y-axis. So we will draw this on, this is my y-axis, this is my y-axis, the vertical line. On this y-axis, I have drawn prices of apple, and then quantity demanded along x-axis. This is my x-axis. On x-axis, we have taken the quantities of apple demanded. Now from the previous table, we will draw it. We have different combination. When the price of the apple is 8, the quantity demanded is 5. So we will draw like this. And we will name this. We will put this as A. We will put this as A. Then when the price of the apple falls from 8 to 6, so the price is 6, the demand for the apple increases to 7. Then when the price further falls to 4, the demand for the apple increases to 8. And when the price falls to 2, the demand increases to 10. So we will write these all combinations A, B, C, D. So here you can see A, B, C, D are different combinations of price and quantity demanded. These all informations we have taken from the previous table, that is demand schedule. Now what we will do, joining these points we get demand curve. So what we will do, we will join these points A, B, C, D, we will join. So we will get this demand curve DD. This line, you getting this line? This line is called as a demand curve. Curve is nothing but a line. So this is my demand curve. What is the demand curve? DD. Give it a name, DD. And you see, when I am drawing this demand curve, the demand curve is sloping downward. It is coming downward from top to bottom and it's moving towards the right hand side. So this shows that when the demand curve slopes downward to the right, it shows inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, which means if price increase, the quantity demanded will decrease. I hope the points are clear to everyone. So here we will draw our demand curve using the data. So I told you I will explain you how to draw the demand curve. So just pay attention. What is the first thing we will do? We will draw a line. We will draw a curve. We will draw a graph like this. So this is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. This is my origin O. So here in the y-axis I will take price and the x-axis I will be taking quantity demanded. Then write whatever the numbers are given here. You can see the numbers. So price we will be writing here. Price I will be writing 1, then 2, 3, 4 and this one is 5. Then the quantity demanded, the same amount you can write 10, 20, 30, 45 and 65. Now we will see the combination. When the price is 5, the demand is 10. When the price is 5, draw this line. When the price is 5, the quantity demanded is 10. When the price falls to 4, the quantity demanded is 20. We will give these numbers. A, this is combination B. Then when the price is 3, the quantity demanded is 30. This is my C. Price falls to 3, quantity demanded increases to 45. This is my D. And when the price is just 1, the demand is 65, that is E. So we got these 5 combinations. Now what we will do? Just to join these points. Just to join this point A, B. See, I am joining. The demand curve is sloping downwards. It is going towards the right. A, B, C, D, E. And give the name D. This is my demand curve, BD. So this is how we draw the demand curve. From the table, just put it on the graph and join the line, all the combinations, you will get the demand curve. And when you join, you can see, no need to remember. I always tell my students to don't memorize, try to understand the concept. You will remember always throughout your life. So just when you draw this line, when you join all the points, you can write directly, you can understand that the demand curve is sloping downwards to the right, which means there is opposite or inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded of a commodity. Is that clear? Now same thing. Before this, we have taken individual, one single demand by a single person. Now we will understand what is a market demand. So in a very simple way, market demand is nothing but it is the total. And how do we get the total? By summing it, means we will add it. So market demand is nothing but it is the sum total of the demands of all individual consumers who purchase the commodity in the market. So this is the table. This is a market demand schedule. You can see this is a market demand schedule. So the market demand schedule means, let us assume that there are 3 consumers. How many consumers? A, B and C. This is 3 customers. Consumer means 3 customers. Customer A, customer B and customer C. So when you can see in the first column we are having price 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. In second column we have demand of A, customer A. In third column we have demand of customer B. In fourth column we have demand of customer C. And in the fifth column we will prepare a market demand. How do we get the market demand? You can see here I have already mentioned A plus B plus C, because market demand is nothing but the total. How we get the total? We add, we sum it. So here you can see when the price is 1, the demand by customer A is 8, by B is 9 and by C is 10. So we will add it, 8 plus 9, 17 plus 11, we will get 27. So how do we get 27? Adding the demand of all the customers, all the consumers in the market. Again, when the price increases from 1 to 2, the demand falls, demand decreases from 8 to 7 for customer A, customer B from 9 to 6 and customer C from 10 to 9. So we add the 7 plus 6 plus 9. When we do the total, we get 22. 22 is what? My market demand, means it is a total demand. Market demand is nothing but it is a total demand of all the customers in the market. So you can see the prices is rising, 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 rising. So the market demand is the sum of A, B and C demand, say Apple. So now you can see when the price is 10 real, the demand by customer A is 3, demand by customer B is 1 and demand by customer C is 5. So the market demand is 9. Now as per the law of demand, you can see when the price at the lower price, the demand is more, means the price is 1, the market demand is 27. And when the price is 10 more high, the demand is only 9. So when the price increase, you can see the price is increasing continuously from 1 to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the price increase, what is happening to the market demand? Demand is decreasing from 27 to 22, 18, 15, 12 and 9. So this is what we call the market demand. So we have discussed and understood what is law of demand, assumptions of law of demand, individual demand schedule, individual demand curve, market demand. Okay, so we'll stop here. I will tell you all to just subscribe to my channel, click it on the subscribe button, so that I will be keeping on posting, uploading different materials, different videos of different important topics related to different courses. So you will be getting the notification, you can find all that. And another important thing, you should share this video to your friends so that your friends should also learn. And third thing, like the videos. So in my next video we are going to discuss what do we mean by determinants of demand, which means the demand depends on which factors. Demand is dependent on which factors. There are different factors on which demand depends. So in my next video I will be covering that. So for that I am telling you, just click on the subscribe button and share it with your friend and like it. Okay, so this was all related to what we call the law of demand.